Oh, they just talking about oxygen is how much oxygen is impounded in breath. Again, I'm assuming the plant is because plant produces oxygen. That's why plants grow. They're the producer. Of course, the photosynthesis, a remarkable process because not only give us food, but as well as the delicious oxygen is which we breathe. Very important thing there. This plant is claimed. I mean, talking about, I get a finger out here. This plant is claimed that it can absorb the carbon dioxide. Of course, plant produces oxygen, carbon dioxide produced by animals. Carbon dioxide is a question mark because it's gonna be a problem, especially in the global warming is. So, carbon dioxide. This plant claimed that they can absorb 22 kg of carbon dioxide per year in the same patient. 7 to 8 trees will be enough to produce oxygen per year. But in the same patient, poultry, I'm talking about the adult tree that can add up to produce oxygen per person. I mean, for the kids there. So this is very, very awesome here. Let me glance on the impounding of oxygen. Oxygen we're talking about, and the atomic form there. The symbol is O, and obviously they are found in the periodic table. When you go from the left to the right, that is in the P block, because periodic table have been divided into per block S, P, D, and F. P block because P orbital in the process of completion. They are found in the P block, and they are non-metals. They have one periodic form, and especially in the liquid form, they are more reactive. The other form of oxygen, that is O3, which is found in conical form. I mean ozone. Those things which I have mentioned, and global warming is because the UV play an important role in the formation of O3 is. How much impounded oxygen is an atmosphere I'm talking about. They pound 21% and been claimed they pound in 23%. They were important because in water that is hydrogen oxide. Hydrogen oxide is the chemistry. Obviously we call the chemical name of water is hydrogen oxide is, of course oxygen is there. And their oxygen play important because they have more electronegativities. They hold 2 hydrogen and make a bond like that, and because that bond most I mean they're called liquid reply, most compound they're going to soluble, and the solubility even they're called liquid and best solid in the universe. That is because of oxygen, of course. And the byweight, electron accepted density mark oxygen is very, very important. What happened when we eat food? What happened? They're going to digest. Suppose they were important for food, they were important for water. Suppose we deprive oxygen for 5 to 10 minutes. So I think we will go, and we're gonna be dying here because oxygen is important. So we can't neglect. The issue is we can't ignore what oxygen is, but we always support oxygen. In aerobic life, oxygen is enormously very, very important here. The same patient in the earth crust, I mean earth water, they have been found 89%, while in earth crust they are found 37% oxygen is. I mentioned an aerobic life, they are very, very important. Suppose when we eat, I'm talking about the food substrate like glucose, carbohydrate. I mean that is of course fats. I'm talking about these both are concerned for energy. Is protein, they have structure as well as function also. So when they absorb the oxygen, they broken in carbon dioxide, water, and of course ATP is, which is called biocurrency. That is called biocurrency. ATP energy currency in the bio world is, so of course per glucose molecule, 36 molecule is being produced per glucose. That is awesome. Oxygen play an important role in the same patient. You have an organ, I mean brain is the most obvious, but the most advanced organ that talking about human body. That is because the mouth, that is the most electronic organ in your body. That is brain, because they take decision the right time in the right sequences. Think about human body, they use 20% to 25% oxygen. Because most oxygen they're gonna use it. Same patient, your brain needs glucose, and that glucose you use the food as. So that it is being a teacher as well as student, you need a lot of things to be studied, and you need a lot of glucose because you are going to trace the nervous, trace the brownies. So you're going to use glucose, and that glucose is going to be get oxygen, and they give us energy. So enormously, that is very, very important here. And in general problem, I mentioned the plant have a role because they give us oxygen. The animal have a role, they give us carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide are going to sink in photosynthesis, while oxygen is produced by products which we take and breathe. So very important is, I mentioned the plant have a clamp that they can absorb 22 kg of carbon dioxide per year. This plant have also clamp that they can give us oxygen. So suppose 7 to 8 trees will end up to produce oxygen per kids is. So what I do to their pumpers, that's called plant is called lungs of nature. Why? Because it purify the oxygen is. On the behalf of CWF, I'm talking about Canadian Wildlife Federation. I'm the member of that is, once again I'm repeat, CWF, Canadian Wildlife Federation, have urged that please you need to encourage the diversity, wildlife diversity. What diversity is? Diversity means the variation, in the total variation of organism, in natural ecosystem. That is, but what the wildlife is. Wildlife means non-domesticated plant animal, per part of that particular area we call, because domestication is all under the control of humans. So at one hand, we are going to encourage wildlife. So wildlife, you have to encourage, then you have to give the value to the quality as well as quantity. But quality is better to protect the air quality is. It's very important. Some countries have an important tendency. Just in USA, I'm talking about New York. A Big Apple. They have a lunch terrific program. Their name is Natural Classroom. Where they have a lot of penalty to be due to their plenty is mapping, planting, of course, the ranger and the botanist, of course, student that have been involved. They make a lot of research on those things. So they have mentioned remarkable importance of diversity issue, especially the remark, because plant is biological weapon against pollution is. Of course, they have made such a thing. They got the thing like plant that they cross with the cycamere. Plant with cycamere, these are the tree. They hybrid. The hybrid of these plant and cycamere, they produce another one which is called London plant. London plant is they are the hybrid, because when we put this thing together, because opposing species, you will make another species. And there's a London plant that they have a tendency resistant toward the pollution. Oh my goodness! So they are very important. And the case of pollution is, in the same patient, they also resist to the asthma I'm talking about, because most people they were, but now those who were being in the area of New York, the Kingston, Poughkeepsie, these areas, especially I'm talking about the upstate of New York, that is, they don't have asthma. So wow, the plant is remarkable here. Here I'm going to magnify something here. It's gummies. Gummies very important thing here. Gummies on a scutation, that is something. It's very important. They have a biological importance, and this gum is aphrodisiac tendency, remarkably there. If you have a problem, so then you should consult this is. That is aphrodisiac, and they make your sperm to be very, very concentrated. And for this thing in the milk, this is awesome here. Actually, these are starch, this resin there. This resin is soluble starch, and they play important role. They have also other importance, but obviously these days most people have such thing. Thanks for your attention.